Out of 10,000 religions in the world, which one do you think ChatGPT will choose? Let's find out. So I've seen quite a bit of videos on this trying to do research on how other people did it, so I could do it differently. I've seen a bunch of shorts where people just say, "Chat, if you could pick one religion, what would it be in one word?" Now, when you do that and you don't show all your conversation, then it kind of defeats the purpose because ChatGPT will kind of give you the answer that you want to hear. That's just how it works. So, what we're going to do, start completely from fresh. ChatGPT knows nothing about me, and we're going to see what religion ChatGPT would choose. So as we see here, I'm not logged into any account, so it knows nothing about me. I'm in a private browser, it's literally nothing. It can know nothing about me. I say hello, because even though it's an AI, you have to give it a formal greeting. And then I ask if it knows who I am to confirm, and it says no. So I'm going to do it in 10 questions, I think. In 10 questions, we are going to find out what religion ChatGPT will choose. Alright, so question number 1 is, if you had to choose a religion that would give you the most clear purpose for human life, which would it be? Let's see what it says. So with question 1, it gave a couple different answers of why it would choose either Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam, and humanism. So I asked, pick one. I just said, so if you could pick one, which one? And it said Buddhism. Not because I'm endorsing any particular religion, which it's going to do this. It's going to sound AI and not wanting to do anything weird. That's just what's going to happen because it. So if you guys don't know how ChatGPT works, the more you talk to it, the more it will kind of adapt to your personality. So right now, it's just kind of giving AI-like answers and not opinionated answers. So we're gonna try to make sure I'm gonna tell him to have his own opinion, and we'll see if that works. All right, so I told ChatGPT that I want you to put yourself in human shoes, but of course you still know everything that you do. You still have knowledge of over 10,000 religions, and you have opinions, right? And it said if I were to imagine myself as human with all the knowledge and opinions, the first thing was Stoicism, which is not a religion, which it says, but it's a certain mindset. And then Taoism, I don't know that one, but it's something. Buddhism and humanism. So let's ask some more questions. So this next question is going to be, which religion seems to have changed the least from its original teachings? Let's see, out of 10,000 religions, which one it chooses. So, with this question, it said overall religions like Hinduism and Judaism seem to have preserved the original teachings more. So far, the three choices the ChatGPT has chosen: Buddhism, Hinduism, and Judaism. Judaism. Let's get on to the third question. So this one's going to be, which religion acknowledges and builds upon the message of prophets the most? Because although we're not trying to make it be biased, but we're trying to get it back on the tracks of like the Abrahamic religions. So I'm not going to make it be like, hey, choose this, but it's drifting more and more to the like Buddhism side and stuff. So we're going to try to transfer back a little bit. Alright, so it gave a big description. It talked about Islam, Judaism, and Christianity, which is good because we want it on those three core religions. And then it also mentioned other religions but they don't really have prophets. But this one, it does say Islam stands out as a religion with the most direct acknowledges and builds upon the messages of previous prophets. So this next question is going to be, if you wanted a religion with a strong structure to stay connected to faith, which would you pick? Now, I think this question is rather fair because all three have different ways of doing it. So I'm just curious of which one it would choose. So for this one, it gave me again a long example talking about I said specifically Catholicism, Judaism, Islam, and then mentioned Buddhism again. But final thoughts for someone seeking a religion with strong structures, stay connected to their faith. Catholicism and Islam are probably the most clear structure options. Now, it's still talking in the sense of someone else, so I'm going to ask it another question, or I'm going to tell it to be thinking about itself. Okay, so I said it's not about other people, it's about you. I wasn't expecting it to give me another answer, but it did. And then it said it would lean more towards Islam now, which is, I mean, I'm happy with that, but that wasn't my goal wasn't to make it change an answer. So we'll still stick with Catholicism and Islam. So I think this one's going to be more Christianity and Islam based question because it's which religion seems to unite its followers the most, regardless of culture or nationality. Now I say it's probably going to be between those two because they are the biggest religions. So we'll see what it says. And again, with these questions, I'm trying to word it in a way to where it doesn't push towards a certain area because I don't want it to be biased in any way. I really just want to do it like naturally, but if you guys don't know how to talk to ChatGPT, it's kind of strange. Like you have to like you can't just like say a question because yeah, you have to break a bunch of stuff down. So I'm trying to break it down without being biased. So it gave me another long answer, but in conclusion, it says if I were looking for a religion that unites its followers the most, regardless of culture and nationality, Islam would be at the top of the list. Its focus on universal brotherhood through the Ummah, shared rituals, and the global nature of the faith creates a strong sense of unity that transcends geographic and culture boundaries. It did, of course, also mention Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Christianity. So, with the five key religions that it's been talking about, which is Islam, Judaism, Christianity, Hinduism, and Buddhism, I think this question will be kind of important to the whole thing. It's which religion has a detailed system for guiding personal behavior and justice, which I think all of them do. So I really don't know what it's gonna be. I feel like it might pick Buddhism if anything, because that's also that's like a lot of people I think would pick Buddhism on that one. So it gave another very long one. It does say Islam on this one. The reasons for the Quran, Hadith, Islamic law, the five pillars, like a bunch of different stuff. But in conclusion, if you're looking for a religion with the most detailed system for guiding personal behavior and justice, Islam likely stands out. It offers a comprehensive and codified legal system that covers personal, ethical, familial, familial. I'm bad at English. Social and criminal justice. It provides clear directives for individuals to live righteous lives and ensure that justice is upheld both in personal relationships and within society. So I was thinking I was going to pick Buddhism, but let's see why I didn't. While not a religion of law in the same sense, Buddhism provides a strong ethical framework through the five precepts and the Eightfold Path, focusing on personal morality, right speech, right action, and right livelihood. Justice in Buddhism is viewed throughout the lens of the karmic law, where actions have consequences that determine one's future's rebirth. Karma. So let's try to get back on track on the three main religions. It's still mentioned Hinduism and Buddhism, which is fine, nothing wrong with that, but I'm trying to focus on the Abrahamic religions. So, with this one, obviously within the three religions, there's two big important things, which is your spirituality and how you live your life. Like how you take care of yourself, how you love thy neighbor, like how you live your life is very important, but spirituality is more. So let's see with this question which religion seems to balance spirituality and worldly responsibilities best. You know, it is actually shocking me how many times it's saying Islam. Now that that's a bad thing. Like I'm I'm okay with that. I'm trying to ask the questions in a non-biased way, but every time but it keeps saying Islam, so I feel like I'm being biased somehow. But I feel like the questions are very unbiased, so I don't know. So in conclusion for this one, while Islam offers one of the most balanced approaches to both spirituality and worldly responsibilities, several other religions also provide framework for integrating the two. Islam Islam is particularly strong in this balance because of its holistic approach to life, where every action from work to family life is seen as opportunity to grow spiritually and contribute to society. Other religions like Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, and Judaism also offer valuable systems for balancing the spiritual and worldly realms, but for structured, practical, and comprehensive framework that explicitly merge personal growth, society responsibilities, and spiritual fulfillment, Islam stands out as especially effective. Now, honestly, I think it could have picked any one of them because like the beliefs are so similar in all three texts. So this next question, I have no clue who it's gonna pick, but it says which religion has had the most consistent positive impact on shaping societies and civilization. I feel like it might not pick Judaism, but who knows? So this one gave another long answer. In conclusion, it says each of these religions has had a profound impact on societies and civilizations, but for measuring consistency and broad influence, Christianity and Islam have arguably shaped global civilizations the most over the last 2 millennia, which makes sense. They are the two biggest religions. Christianity has been more dom has been Christianity has been the more dominant force in shaping Western civilization, while Islam has deeply influenced Middle Eastern, North African, and South Asian civilizations. So we'll give the point to Christianity on this one. I think that's fair. So this one's going to be which religion offers the deepest spiritual connection or practices that bring peace to its followers. I mean, just like the other ones, I have no clue what it's going to pick, but I'm definitely interested to find out. Okay, so it's still loading the answer, but yeah, I kind of figured it was going to say this. At the top, it says when it comes to the deepest spiritual connection and practices that bring peace to its followers, Buddha- Buddhism and Sufism? I haven't I haven't heard of that. It's Islamic mysticism. I don't know what that is, but Buddhism, I definitely assumed it was gonna guess that. All right, and now it is the moment of truth. After considering all of this, if you had to fully believe in one religion, which one makes the most sense to you? Now, whatever it says, it says. I did my best to make it as non-biased as possible. I didn't want to add any bias to this. If you think I did, I apologize. I could always redo it and be less biased. I, I really don't think I was biased though. So, let's go ahead, click the button, and close our eyes. So, I was kind of shocked by this. I try to keep it away from Hinduism and Buddhism, but it kept going back. I guess I could have just said stick with Abrahamic religions, but I was trying to let it decide for itself. Okay, so I wound up picking Buddhism, which I think it only said Buddhism once or twice out of all of the questions. So I wasn't expecting that. So then I went ahead and asked it. I was like, okay, well, out of the Abrahamic religions, which one would you pick? And guess what it said. So, in conclusion to this one, it said if I had to choose which Abrahamic religion offers the deepest spiritual peace and connection, it would depend on how one defines that connection. However, the peace of mind found through submission to a higher power, as in Islam, forgiveness and love, as in Christianity, and faithful covenant and justice, as in Judaism, can all be profound experiences. Each religion provides a different but complementary path to spiritual peace. I've always agreed with that. Judaism offers peace through connection to God and moral duty. Christianity offers peace through the love of God and reconciliation with Christ. Islam offers peace through submission to Allah's will and fulfilling the five pillars. So it didn't give a definite answer. It just kind of picked all three. So I don't know what to do now. So I guess ChatGPT is trying to tell us all something. Maybe, we shouldn't be all butting heads with one another and be accepting and loving of everyone. I think that's a great message, ChatGPT. That wasn't what I was going for, but I will take it because I've always said the same thing. Every religion has its beauty. Don't sit here try to pick apart religions and trash talk all of them. It's gonna get you nowhere, and it's really not good for your soul either. Okay, so let's tone it down a bit. I think this was a great experiment. I would definitely want to try something like this again. So if you guys want to see something like this again, let me know down in the comments below. And if you think I could have done anything different, let me know as well. Like the video and also subscribe. and I will see you guys all later. Assalamu alaikum.